Now it's going to do it. Always got to be a little bit of a glitch, isn't there? Put this back in the holder. Put this back in the holder. Okay. Okay. It's still not doing it. Still not doing it. Oh, I know why. Oh, I know why. Okay. Now you got. Now you got. Yay! It's hard to. I have a camera up ahead of me, and it's at an angle, so it's hard to see what the screen is really saying. But I wanted to be able to give you a view of the cutting area and the sewing area and that. But anyhow, we made it. We're here. I hope that I'm going to welcome everybody in. And I want to see the chat is what I want to do. Okay. Hi, Rita. I'm glad that you're here and you're joining me. I need good moral support. Let's see if I can turn this up where I can hear better. Okay. How's that coming through? Nope. Can't do that. Gives an echo. Okay. Hi, Christina. How are you doing? Crystal, Rita, did you get your piano keyboarders on your quilt that you were working on? You'll have to post pictures. I haven't been on today, so I don't know what's been going on with everybody, but after I'm done with this, I'll, calm down and be able to look through, watch some of the other people's videos. I see Christina's on here. Let's see if I can go back and get the... Okay, welcome, Christina. Thank you, Rita. Okay, Judy, I'm glad that you stopped in, even if it's just for a few minutes. That's good. I'm going to show a few things, and then I'm going to show you what I've been working on, and I did get it completed. It's like a weekend project. So I got the pattern and all that. I made up the pattern myself. It's very simple. So Janet's here. She's saying hello to everyone. Hi, Janet. Welcome. You do hear an echo. Let me see if I can get this down. Do you still hear an echo? Yeah. Well, what if I shut this off? Can you hear me? And is there echo? There still is. I know it shouldn't be echoing because I have that setting. I'm sorry that that's happening. I have this turned off. I have my other volume set turned off. I have my phone. That's down. Let me see. Yep, that's completely down. I'm going to go into the settings for a second just to see what audio says. It says echo cancellation. It should be doing that. Let's see if I take that off. Can you hear it? Is it still echoing? Echo? Now worse. Okay. I'm going to go back into settings and I'm going to put it back on, and I will find out at another time what is causing the echo. Generally, it is if you have another, like I have my PC and I have that on, and then I have my iPad and my phone. But if you end up turning the volume down on those, you won't echo. Now, there's a chance that I'm echoing because I am. Let's see if I can mute me here. No, I'm going to mute this one, see if this helps. Can you tell a difference? Nope. Is there a difference now? Can you hear me? Okay, there is a difference. Okay. I shut one of the mics off. What I'm doing is to be able to get two views. I'm using two cameras, my laptop, and I'm using my iPad. And I'm doing StreamYard is the streaming service I'm using. And what I had to do is, in order to get my two cameras, is I had to come in and enter it on both cameras, come into the studio from there. So that's why it's giving feedback, because it's acting as two separate cameras. But I can talk and I can demo and I don't have to turn the volume on that other one anymore. So Donnell's here. Joe, thank you for coming, Joe. Thank you for coming, Donnell. Sorry, we have just had a little bitty hiccup here, but I think we're getting past that. Janet's here. Thank you for coming, Janet. I'm trying with this. This is all a little bit new with running everything. How's everybody's day going? Good? I'm glad it sounds good. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Janet. Hey, Donnell again. The sound sounds far away. How is it now? It's probably, no, that's not good. Okay. Well, technical difficulties. That should make a difference right there. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Well, Rita, if you want to get two cameras, I had to call, email Sean today just to say, how do I get two cameras? Because I know that he has the same program as I do, and it's a free. It's StreamYard, and it's free. And he is getting two camera views. If you upgrade and pay more, you can get two camera views. So he told me, you have your two cameras, and you just, you start it in your computer and go on there and start, do the live stream, and then you start the live stream on my iPad. And before I had gone on that, I could set to where it kind of says that you're in on stage, meaning that you're waiting to come on, and you can make that camera come on. So I can explain it better. I don't know how interesting it is to everybody else, but it can be complicated. Gemini June's here. Thank you for joining. Hey, what's a live stream without a hiccup? That's for sure, Donnell. I thought I was all set up. I had everything just the way I wanted. And, you don't know if you're having an echo until somebody comes back and talks to you when you're on here. But at least I got it fixed. That's the important thing. So that you all aren't having to deal with this. I know it sounds far away. I don't know what to say about that. I could bring this up closer. I don't know if I turn my volume up, you get an echo. So I don't want to do that. You got reverb. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to. Yes, there you go. Good. Yeah, I brought it in. When you had one mic only, it sounded the best. That's what I have now. I have one mic, one's off. It says, oh, whoops, I missed it. It says, oh, good grief, Crystal. I mean, Crystal House of Creations. Rita says, oh, good grief, light just came on. I have to log on StreamYard with all the devices I am wanting to use. Good grief. Just two. And and so this is the first time I've done it with the two cameras. And I also have it to where I have imported a picture that I want to show you, you all. So it's like, okay, if it works, then I'm saying that my next one's going to be good. I won't change anything, Janet. So anyhow, I just wanted to welcome everybody. And I want to start going live on Tuesdays, probably at 2 o'clock. In fact, it is going to be 2 o'clock. Right now, I'm doing a collaboration with Greenland quilter, Katie. And the third Tuesday at 4 o'clock or 4:30, we go on live. But I figured I could still do a short live on that same day. I'll be worn out, but I'll be able to do it. So, hey, how many of you want to see the let me see the a show and tell? Are you ready for a little bit of a show and tell? I'm gonna wait and see. Well, one, yes, good. Thank you, Rita. Well, what I want to do is kind of show you what I've been doing, show you what I'm gonna do. One thing I did, and I don't remember if I showed this or not, so you're gonna see it again if you hadn't. This is my needle book that I made, and what I did, I'll show you the needle book, and then I'll show you how I did what I did. And it just has a cord that wraps around the button. And I'll show you the back side of it. Then the ends. Okay. Then what I did is I have wool. So I did different colors just to have fun. I think I have it upside down here. Just to have fun, I put different colors in. So I can put my quilting needles in, or my stitching to do hand stitching. So I got several places I can put the needles in, or pins or whatever. And I even put my curved needle in here. Now, I'm going to show you how I made this, what I did. You know that soft and stable that you can get, that a lot of people are making purses and the Hemingway bags and all that. Well, you have leftovers. So I had a small needle case. So I thought I would make it one that was bigger. So I just decided, how big do I want to have it? And I laid my ruler out and took my leftover foam I had. I have just been putting my needles in a pen cushion and leaving them in a plastic thing as they come in. Yeah, this is good though for if you're gonna do some hand quilting. or handwork, you can grab it, take it with you, and have it. I kind of leave the ones that I have been using in here, and then if I need another size, I'll get them out. But I don't take them out of my needle case from the store until I'm ready to use them. So you can take that soft and stable, that thin foam, and cut it to the size you want. So I decided, okay, how wide I wanted it and how long I wanted it. And I trimmed that down. And that's fusible too, but you really didn't need it. Now this is bigger. That I'm going to show you is bigger. This is an orphan block. Let me get it right. Uh, 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 there. This is like an orphan block. So what I ended up doing is just taking it and folding it. I could fold it in half. I could fold the insides here around the needle case. Fold it here around the needle case. This is a rough demo. And then these would have gone inside. So you're not dealing with any raw edges. Then so what you'll do then is you'll top stitch this. You can top stitch it around this, but you want to make sure your sides, your left and right, are pulled in, and then you can do your other. It was relatively easy to do, and you don't have to worry about it being perfect lineup as far as, well, I'm all thumbs, as far as that you have it so much in here. You just want to make sure that it works when you're sewing it. So I just top stitched it. Then I ended up deciding, what do I want the front? What do I want to have as the back? And I took my wool pieces and made those about an inch shorter than the other. Then the outside cover. And I did like a little zigzag, little tiny, stitch down the middle. That was it. Oh, and I sewed a button on. Oh, another thing. when you go to sew your pieces together, make sure that you allow to be able to put your string in. This is just like, let me see. This is like a twine that I used, that I had, and then I just wrapped it. Okay, so it's like that. Real simple. And, these would make cute little gifts for people. I do that to try to get it in the camera view. Oh, I know. This is like, okay, this is a little bit weird. That was Rita. Yeah, this was orphan block. Okay, now I know I got to go to my right. So, it was a smaller one, but I thought it was cute. I did a little blanket stitch on the top part of it, a hand blanket stitch. But anyhow, that is one of my show and tells. I wish that we could have cameras that come back and forth with each other. We can if we are all join in on Zoom or something. But thank you, Donnell. I can see you making these and selling them. I'm not going to sell them. But so if you decide that you want to make these and sell them, okay, you go ahead. I can, end up giving you the measurement. Let me see. This looks like it was 8, probably 8.5. by 5. 8 by 5 is what I started with. Okay, so this is one show and tell. Now, this next one is interesting. I hope I'm not missing anybody, in the chat. I'm going to put this aside for the moment. This is really cool. I've had this for a long time, and I thought I needed to share it because, okay, again, we're talking about orphan blocks. What do you do? Thank you, Donnell. What do you do? They're not always the same size. You could put sashing around them, make them the same size. You can cut them down, things like that. But look at this. No, hopefully I might have to lift that a little bit. There. It's a clock. Isn't that beautiful? I got it at a craft show before. I hope you can see it good enough. I can bring it up closer. But all they did was, I'll get me out of the way a second. And it's on its own little stand. You can get those like at Hobby Lobby and that. So if you decide that you want to do something like this and make it, all you have to do, I'm going to take this off so you can see. The back from Michael's, you get the wood trays, like the picture thing. This is wood. And I finished, and the block can be finished off. You finish it like a quilt. You get your, and do all your stitching and that. Get your mechanism for your hours, the center, and the battery. And all you have to do is drill a small hole in this, the center. And it's good. But I thought this was cute. Something different to show you. Yeah, try it. I mean, what I would do is kind of take my block and go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and look for, or have somebody make your wood frame. You just need it deep enough so that the battery in the back, the contraption for the battery, fits flush. So I have a hanger, so I can hang it if I want, but I put that on. But I thought it was cute. So I'll put this up. Where do I want to put this? Okay, just for a few minutes. Prep for Eternity, Homestead. Thank you for joining. Oh, yeah, I like this. I want to kind of keep it in so you guys can see, but I guess you don't have to see me, do you? Here's my other thing, too. I'll put this in. The little needle case. How's that? Rita used to oil paint on skill saw, blades and turn them into cloths. Oh yeah, I seen that. That's good. You go for it, Rita. I did not make this particular one, but I have made it before. On the block cock. So cool. Yeah, I can we can do it. Or I can just make your block. Do 3 sandwiches, 3 layers, at least do that. Do your quilting. If you want to hand quilt it, fine. If you want to machine quilt it, you can. They outlined it here. And then it's just a matter once you have this and you do the binding, once you have that, then you can glue this. This gets glued on with some pretty good glue. And you can get the mechanisms. And if all you have to do is decide where you want to place your numbers. I think it's always best to go with the 12, the 3, the 6, the 9. That way you know that you're getting them lined up. But I guess we could try this, or else I could send you notes on it, Donnell, whatever you want me to do. So my husband will probably have to help me with the watch mechanism, but he'll handle the drill. Liquid nails would work. Yeah. Yeah, it's really stuck on there. I think they use like even if you used the glue gun that is the kind of glue that is permanent, that would work on it. That would be pretty easy then. You don't have to make that block, Joe. You could make any block could be your clock. Take one of your orphan blocks. See? And you can put the mechanism in there. So it doesn't have to be this particular one. This is just the 8 pointed star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. No, I'm looking at it, seeing how they did this. How they did theirs is this is a rectangle in here, and they snowballed or did the angle this way and then the angle this way. But it's just that's all it is. But you can use these would be good Christmas gifts for people, birthday gifts, somebody that it's special. You know, when this was probably 16 years ago that I got this, and it was like $35 at that time. So it can make a very nice gift, but you don't see these out anywhere either. So if anybody's doing shows or have Etsy shops or anything like that, this is be good. Okay, Joe. Yeah, you could use log cabin block. You could use a potato chip block where you could do a center or anything, a focal fabrics. So yeah, you don't have to do this. I never did this. I did a simpler one. So anyhow, so this is that. I can tell you I'm going to demo a little bit of what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to move this for now, if you don't mind. Okay, then I'll have more show and tell in that too. So there is a pattern. I had to buy this pattern. I'll share it with you now, and then I'll do a little bit of the sewing. But no, I'm not sewing this pattern. But you can order this. I could end up putting it in the description. You gotta see which way to turn it. It's called Upbeat. I just liked it. I liked the colors. It is a purchase pattern. You can do small lap, large lap, twin and queen. It's jelly roll friendly. It's scrap friendly. And it is the design is Jocelyn Jung. I don't know how you spell that. UENG. It's so Emma.com. You can go on and find that. But I had gotten some fabrics. I'll show you some fabrics. It takes a lot of background. So anyhow, I wanted to get kind of in that colorway that they were doing. So, but I'm not going to use every fabric that's in these, but I didn't have they didn't have jelly rolls. So I thought I am going to, hi, Lisa. Okay, well, thanks for dropping in. Thank you. I decided, why couldn't I use fat quarters? Because for the one size, they were only using half of the strip, half of the half strip. So I thought, okay. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining. I'm showing a pattern that I'm going to be working on. I'll probably work on it in a live so that I can do it, just sew and go. But I wanted to share, if anybody else wanted to get this pattern, I can put it in the description so you know it is a purchased pattern. So I thought these are some of my colors. I got a little bit of blue, and I thought that I could pull some from my stash. So if you want to do that, I like the mustard color. And then I went with another blue. And then I thought, okay, this gray, I like that. And this one, okay. And I got, yeah, this in a mustard color. Now this will be my cornerstones, the teal. Then this is my background. It's muddled. I forgot what it's, but I didn't want a white. I didn't want cream. So I thought, okay, this would work. So I'll probably be working on that, but I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't get any jelly rolls, and the jelly rolls I have here, I wasn't happy with to do the project, and I really like these colors, so I wanted to kind of go into that. But I will pull from my stash too, because I want a variety so it looks scrappy. So if you just, oh, thank you, Hobby Lobby. You know, Joanne's going out, and I wanted to keep this. I had to get so much fabric that backing into that, I wanted to keep my costs down. So that's what I did. Okay, so we've done that. Now I'm going to show you what I have been working on, if you're interested. Where is it? This is the block that I came up with. Well, blocks. This has more blocks in it. Okay, so you'll, this is made from 10-inch squares, what I did, but I also did it with 5-inch squares. And this will probably be a doggy bed or something for this, but I did the big one. I'll show you the big one in just a second. This is a weekend project. I took it to the campground, did a little bit, and came back home and finished it up. So that's kind of nice to know that it can be a weekend project. Oh, I was going to show you the big one. Okay, let's see if this works. See, I know it looks wrinkly. It's a flimsy, but that's the color that I did. I took a layer cake that I had. It had all those colors in them, and I did that, and I did the side border so it goes all the way up. I didn't stop it and then do a second border, you know, do the first border, then do the second border, because what's neat is I'm going to use that, that orangish color or whatever, that peach color, that's going to be the binding. So it actually frames that, the corners at like cornerstones. So just to let you know, you don't have to use a layer cake. I'll take this off for a moment. Okay. You don't have to use a layer cake if you have 10-inch squares that or fabric at home that you want to cut. If you want to make it like coordinating, where you're going to coordinate it more, then you can kind of pick and choose your colors. I think what's good is to have a light, a dark, a medium, maybe two mediums, and that you could go and, or you don't have to have a dark in every one of them. Thank you, Debbie. This is something that was simple. So what I did, I'm going to do a quick demo if you don't mind. You ready? You want to learn how to do this? This is my block. What did I call it? Turnover 2. It was either, meaning because you cut it twice. So you can see my cutting mat. So you take 4 layer cakes. And I like to line them up on my mat to where I have it really good, squared up. Then you lay your next one on top. It doesn't matter what order you laid them down in, because you're going to mix them up. Then you take the next one. Now, like I said, you can do this in 5-inch squares too, and I'll give you the measurements and the cutting for that. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. I'm going to have to move this back just a hair so I can cut. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is get my ruler, and I'm going to do my first cut. And what I like to do is go over 4.5 inches. So I'm going to go over 4.5 inches. And I make my first cut. Then I move my ruler to the bottom and do 4.5. It's just easier for me to use my mat if I have that all squared up. But you can use your ruler for the measurement. Okay. So what you've done is you've cut it 4.5 on off center, and then 4.5 going up. Okay, so what you can do then is you take your first piece, and you're going to use that. These 2 pieces will get sewn together, and there. These 2 pieces will get sewn together, and these 2 pieces will get sewn together. So what you do is you take this one, you take the top one on this pile and put it down. Then you come on over here and go to the third one, put it on top, and take the bottom one and put it on top. Now I'm going to turn you so you can see. Oh, you know what? I'll show you what it looks like. When it gets sewn together completely, it looks like this, but it gets cut again. So I'm going to turn the camera. I think you can see. I guess you don't have to see me sew it, do you? Okay, we're not going to worry about that. I'm just going to sew it. Hey, Andrea. Thank you. Okay, I took one from each pile, the left and right, and I'm putting those together. Put it under my sewing machine, do a 1/4-inch seam. And I like to do these in sets of 2s. That way I know what one is going with each other. Like now this one. And I'm not going to cut the thread. I just know that when I do cut the thread, that I'll do them in pairs. I'll keep them in a set. Okay, I just sewed one block. Now I'm going to do the other. Do it again. Yep. Put that together, right sides. All right. And now see, this ended up being the same fabric here. So what I'll do is I'll switch it around. It's forgiving. So then I'm going to sew this together. Okay, that makes another block. You end up getting 4 blocks naturally because you have 4 fabrics that you chose. Okay. Okay. I kind of, okay. Let's do this. Will this work? Yeah. I kind of got backwards here with this. That's how I laid my fabric down. Okay, so I can do this. And I'll just, this will be the last one that I sew at this point. I won't sew the other one. Thank you, Debbie. Okay, I'm going to just put these pieces aside because I don't want to have you have to watch. So what you can do is then you take this, and this is what I mean by keeping them in pairs. I'm going to do my 2, 2, 2. Okay. And then when I'm going to press them, it doesn't matter too much, but I will press this open on my ironing surface. And you do want your centers to meet. If they didn't, it's not going to, it'll just give you a little bit different design. So then you match this up. This is the only thing that you really have to match up is your center. And I'm going to sew that. Okay. Then this will get pressed open. And I think I have some already pressed. I did this in different stages so you didn't have to watch over and over. And now what I like to do is I'll kind of look at how this is. Okay. I'm just kind of, okay. This is, you know, you kind of, it doesn't matter, but I kind of like to take from the big area. So that's how I decide. And what I'm going to cut. Now this, you put, you're going to cut a 1.5 inch. Remember the first cuts that you made was 4.5 and 4.5. These are 1.5. And I'm putting this, the measurement is right to the right side to the center. And I'll go ahead and give it a cut. Lift this. I'll lay this here on my center line. And I'll cut. Whoop. Gotta make sure I didn't move it too much. Okay. And I'll cut that. Now you can see I have different pieces. Now you can have fun. You can put these different ways together. Well, certain ones have to still go together. Like, you can tell how they fit, that they'll fit with each other. Now, if I want, I could move this into over here. And I move this in here, but this has the same fabric. The point is you want to have to do as little seam matching as possible, but if I think that bothers me right here, so I'm going to move this on over here, and then I'll just match up here. And when you do sew this block together, the seams being matched isn't that important. You can just make sure your blocks are matched up because they are cut in different directions. So as they get sewn, you'll have your block going different directions, so you won't see those seams. So now I'm going to sew these two. I'm going to sew this one. Now, if you're doing it scrappy, you can have more control over what fabrics go where I did this from a layer cake, so I had to, go with what I had. So I'm going to put this, finger press it. Then I'm just going to do this opposite, finger press it. Okay, so here's this. But if I want, I'm going to look at it for a second. I'm going to take this off. What if I move this? Nope. That doesn't do nothing for me. I made the decision already when I was cutting. So as you can see, if I do this like this seam is offset and this seam's offset. This is good. So let's put these together. Just lining it up, mostly making sure that the beginning and the ends match. Let me give it a little press. Okay, so this is your block that you've done. Now, depending on how you cut your other ones, this isn't always going to be with this in the middle or this size and all that. They will change. You can, it depends on how you rotate too. So, let's see. Is there any questions on that? Hi, Katie. How you doing? Yeah, I liked this. I think it's an old layer cake. I have another one. It was from Moda, but I don't even know if you can get it anymore. Moda from Three Sisters Quill was the name of it. But anyway, when I taught classes, I ended up ordering a lot and I had them. So that's all you do. And then you can start putting your blocks together. and they will, you know, like this one may have one over here. You'll rotate your blocks in that. I want to show you what it looks like. Let me get this out of my way. Okay. This is my, this might not be your colors, but I just took some scraps that I had that was 10-inch squares, and I did these blocks. And you can see how on these, it depends on how you do it. Oh, let me see. I gotta look at something. I got myself confused here. I only cut this 1/2, 1/2. That's it. Yep. The finished size block I did was 8.5, but I can see that you could go 9, about 9 on this. So then you'll go ahead and trim this and make all your blocks the same size. So this one, I showed you this one. Showed you this one, and you can see how when you put them together and you turn things around, how you can get a different look. Let's see, what else do I want to do? I don't know if you can see this. I'm moving it down just enough. Then this might be one, or you can turn it this way. Here's another one I did, but this was for my scraps. And that's how I made that back there. Now, if you want to do, the 5-inch scrappy, this is cute. I like this fabric too. But this is a 5-inch scrappy block. So what you do is you take 4 5-inch squares, put them on top of each other, line them up really good. And the cut I did for that, I want to double check here. Let me see. Looks like I still did a 1.5 inch on the first cut. And then, you know, you go 1.5 on one side and 1.5 on the, no, you do the 4 instead of the 4. I'm getting all messed up. Instead of the 4 on that, you would do more of a 3.5 and then a 3.5. Then you sew those back together. Then you do your 1.5 cut and your 1.5. And this one finishes up at 8 inches. I've probably managed to really confuse you guys, haven't I? The orange and blue block reminds me of furniture and curtains from the 50s and 60s. This one, this is, I love this fabric that's in this one. It's the leaf, fall leaf. Thank you, Debbie. Denise, how you doing? Let me see. I think I had that banner running long enough. So I'm going to show this one for a while. How's that? Hey, the StreamYard's pretty good. I can't see you guys, but your chat. How's that? I'm playing. Okay, let me. That can go out. Now, where are you? I'm looking, trying to find. Oh, there you are. There you are. You have to get used to all this. It's the tangerine. No, the tangerine and the light blue. Yeah, I guess, you can see that what colors I like to gravitate to, and that, and from what I had chose for this other quilt too. So let's see what you might have said earlier when I was sewing. Oh, there they go. Yeah, I like scrappy blocks too, Rita. I like using my scraps because I have them, and the if you're using the 5-inch squares, it's easy to use your scraps with that. If you're doing that size, and it's only a 1/2 inch difference in size, and I kind of like that it's a little bit smaller, and that um, gives interest. So, well, thank you, Denise. So Nikolai left today, didn't he? Rita ran out of scraps, so she had to make some blocks to make more scraps. Did you use scraps in your piano key border, or did you stay with your fabric line that you had chosen? See if I can get this. Back quarters. Well, that's good. Yeah, I try to look for patterns that I can just, like, I did buy that fabric, but I think I needed 5 yards of the background, and I wanted more of a neutral background. So, Katie, you didn't see that, did you? Real quick, I'll show you. This is the quilt. It's a purchased quilt pattern. It's from designed by Jocelyn Ing. It's from it's sewemma.com, and I'm going to put some of my scraps with this, but this is my background I'm going to use. Actually looks darker in the camera, and then this is the cornerstones. I'm going to use this color. See the colors I'm using? My dog's getting into my trash can. I know. What you doing? Oh, my husband brought me a breakfast sandwich, and I threw the wrapper in the garbage, and she's like, "Okay, I'll lick it up." I don't think I'll ever run out of scraps, because with me being a long armor, I always end up having fabric left over that, I give the fabric back to them, what's at the end of the quilts, but sometimes you have this much or so on the sides. If that's not enough for them to do anything with, then I'll keep it, and they don't mind. But I don't keep any that has a lot of that they can do binding or things like that. But anyhow, this is some of the fabrics that I chose. Can you hear that paper being torn? So anyway, tomorrow night, Katie and I at 4:30, we're doing a premiere for she's doing a premiere. She interviewed me, So that'll come out on tomorrow at 4:30. I'm right, aren't I, Katie? I have it on my calendar. So anyway, next time I think you can grab your projects and we'll sew, or if you have any questions about anything, like I'll try to put the directions in the comments. May not be today, but in the description, but for this block. And I'm just going to show Katie just one last thing real quick. Katie, we showed this in show and tell. This can be used for orphan blocks. It's a clock. You make it up just like you would a quilt. Then it gets glued to the back of a wood frame. You can get those at Michael's. You just have to make sure that the watch mechanism fits inside the ledges so that if you hang it, you can it clears it, and you can get the numbers and all that. Yeah, I like this. I didn't make it. I have made one, but I did not make. I taught how to do this, but this one I purchased, like, I don't know how many years ago did I say? A long time ago. So it's still working though, as long as I have batteries in it. So, well, anybody have any questions? Because I will go ahead and get off of this and try to do the description of that block if anybody's interested in it. It says, Rita said, this one I am making, I had to find the name called a Jelly Roll Relish design. That's interesting. Did you know about that quilt ahead of time? That design, you've seen it somewhere and then you had to look up for the pattern, or? Well, Katie, wishing Nikolai good safe travels and that. I know it's not easy. We'll try to put a smile on your face again, huh? You always smile. You mean he's stuck? Meaning they made him leave and then now he's stuck where he's at. Has been the whole day in, I cannot say that word. I can say nuke. Still not flying to nuke. Well, that has to wear him out. You know, traveling like that and then waiting. Hopefully they let him get a hotel or something like that, you know? So he's not staying at the airport waiting like we have to, you know? So he gets on an airplane, flies out. Where's the boat? Yeah, the house is already too quiet, Katie. Yeah, it would be. Where's the boat? Not launch, or, you know, where do they keep it? They must not. I figured they could come closer to shore to Greenland, where you guys were. But it's, you know, probably a big boat, and it probably depends on where they're going to fish, huh? Yep. Yes, he gets on a helicopter and he goes to that certain name. Well, oh, I just lost my, oh well. Let's see. If I can get me up there. Then a dash to Nuuk, and then a bigger jet and Iceland course. That is where the ship currently is. So it goes, it's probably stays in certain areas from where it's going to take off at, huh? What's it, Andrea? Hi. What's the, what's causing your power to go out? Is it, are you getting storms? Burn, that has to be cold. Yeah. They are fishing off East Coast, and that is why they are flying to Iceland. I don't know. Is Iceland colder than Greenland? Katie, like, you know? Yeah, the weather has. You've had snow and wind and all that, Katie. Andrea, does your power keep on going off and out, out and on, off and on? That makes more sense. High winds now. What state do you live in? I don't remember, Andrea. It's kind of like got cold here again. I mean, we had 70-degree weather in the mid 70s over the weekend, and then it was like right back down to cold. But that's this time of year. We can have all 4 seasons in 1 week here. Wow. Katie says it's a 2-hour flight, I think, off of our East Coast. Rita says that, yeah, well, Rita, you have big generators. You live out in the country and that too. So then if the electric goes out, we can plug in the house to the generators. Yeah, we had a generator here and got it all plugged in for the wired for the house in the garage, outside the garage. Never had to use it because we thought, oh, hurricanes, we're going to get it, And so then one time, my husband decided he was going to get it going and seeing if it was corroded on the bottom. Never got to use it and corroded on the bottom. So we decided, you know what? We're not gonna get another one. Most of our lines in our neighborhood is underground. All of them are, but our substation is above ground. So, it can go out if that goes out. South Houston, they're getting bad weather then, huh? Oh, I didn't know that you lived right in town. I thought you had acreage, Rita. Ah, yeah. You would have needed that generator to run the electricity for that. So, Katie, you think Nikolai will get out today, or is he going to? Do you think it'll be a few days before he gets to get on the ship? It is a ship. It's not a boat. It's a ship. It's big. I bet you the weather's been warmer though in near Galveston, Andrea. Well, I just want to let you know that I do plan on Tuesdays at 2:00 doing a live. I'll try to have good content, and I'll try to not have any little bugs or hiccups, but I think they all happen. So I really appreciate that you joined. and that you have, let me get you off of this thing here. Well, the ticker tape parade is still going to go. So anyway, thanks for joining me and being part of my channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. If you have any questions, if you want to see anything, any certain content that you want to see, let me know. So I want you guys to have a good day. I am going to be on YouTube, so I'll probably see you all around where you're at. You know, following along. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Katie. Oh, I will. I knew that you've been busy, so your mind is on what's been going on the last couple of days. And thank you, Rita, for the nice compliment. That was nice. And I appreciate it. So I guess I'll see you guys online with somebody else. You have a great day and a blessed day. We'll see you. See you tomorrow.